All right, so let's start with the big story that we are tracking on WION at this hour, where Iran appears to be preparing for some kind of a space launch pretty imminently. And this while negotiations continue in Vienna over the failed nuclear deal with the 6 world powers. The satellite images taken by the Y Planet Labs show activity at the Imam Khomeini spaceport, which is located in the desert plains of Iran's rural Semnan province. This is just about 240 kilometers from the capital city of Tehran. And what is visible in these images is a support vehicle that is seen parked alongside a white gantry that typically houses a rocket. The support vehicle has appeared in other satellite photographs as well, just ahead of the launch. And this comes as the Iranian state media has offered a list of upcoming planned satellite launches in the works for the country's civilian space program. Now, conducting a space launch amidst the ongoing Vienna talks fits into the hardline posturing struck by the Iranians. Now, remember, there have been 6 rounds of talks that so far have yielded very little result. Now, Iran also intends to cut off its oil output and prioritize defense spending in the next upcoming budget draft proposal that it has put forth. Now, the new budget proposal projects a GDP growth rate, a robust growth rate of 8% for the forthcoming year. President Ibrahim Raisi has submitted the draft to the parliament for a vote that is expected by the end of 2021. Now, in Iran, the new year starts on the 21st of March. Now, Iran, in its budget, has stated that it intends to produce about 1.2 million barrels a day at a projected price of about $60 per barrel. That is down from 2.3 million barrels that is presently being sold at about $40 per barrel. The oil sales account for a quarter of the revenue in the budget, with another 25% from a sharp increase in taxes. The 2022 and 23 budget also allocates almost about $5 billion in terms of defense spending and strategic research, an increase from the $4 billion that Iran spent on its defense needs the previous year. Now, all of these developments have come as talks continue in Vienna. Now, these talks, of course, are trying to get Iran and the United States back into the tattered 2015 Iranian nuclear deal that also goes by the name the JCPOA, the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. Iran's chief negotiator on Sunday has reported some progress, but Britain claims that it is losing patience with the hard stance that have been taken by different countries, saying that these negotiations happen to be the last chance to try and salvage the Iranian nuclear deal of 2015.
This is the last chance for Iran to come to the negotiating table with a serious resolution to this issue, which has to be agreeing the terms of the JCPOA. This is the last chance, and it is vital that they do so. We will not allow Iran to acquire a nuclear weapon, and it is vital that they come to the table and are serious about the negotiations.
All right, this, of course, is how the West is responding to these negotiations that are presently underway in Vienna. Remember, the 2015 Iranian nuclear agreement aims to prevent Iran from developing a nuclear bomb. This is something that the West says simply should not happen, although there are quite a few Western nations who also have a nuclear bomb in their possession. Iran, for its part, claims that it is developing its nuclear program only for peaceful civilian purposes, for the purpose of producing electricity, and it has no further ulterior motive. The deal also had ensured some relief from sanctions in return for the curbs on Iran's nuclear program, which was put under extensive monitoring by the IAEA. But remember, the deal was violated by the gentleman you're looking at on your screens, Donald Trump, the former president of the United States of America. The deal was originally signed under the Barack Obama regime, but Donald Trump, when he assumed presidency in the United States, described this deal as the worst negotiated deal in American history and decided to unilaterally walk out of the deal. And also, as a part of his diplomacy on Iran, decided to impose crippling sanctions on Tehran as a part of his maximum pressure strategy. But now President Biden, who was vice president under Barack Obama when the deal was originally signed in 2015, wants to return to the deal. But reaching an agreement is now proving to be pretty tricky, and other Western powers have so far been trying to bring both these parties together. But Iran insists that Americans need to have a consistent foreign policy in terms of how it deals with Iran, because a deal that was struck under Barack Obama, and then the Americans choose to walk out of the deal under Donald Trump, and now the Americans want to get back into the deal. This is something that the Iranians say is proving hard for them to, in fact, to come to terms to.
Please sit down. Thank you.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.